guys, and welcome back to Boots and Bounty Homestead here in Casey's kitchen. And it is Subscriber Saturday, and I've got another great recipe from Miss Judy Finnegan. This one is for corn fritters. If you want to screenshot that recipe there. Alright, and Miss Judy has sent me several recipes. And if you guys don't start sending me recipes, y'all gonna be getting a lot of recipes from Miss Judy and Miss Brenda. And I think I've got one left for Miss Virginia. So start sending me those recipes so I can get some other folks noticed in here as well, and us doing their recipes. So, alright, Miss Judy sent us corn fritters, and what we need is 3 eggs. They need to be separated, 3 yolks and 3 whites. 1 2/3 cup of cooked corn, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1/4 cup of flour, which would be all-purpose flour because we don't want anything to rise here, and then 6 tablespoons of oil. So I've got everything already laid out, already measured out and ready to go. Here's my corn and my whites and my yolks, my flour, and my oil is right there. And I've got 2 bowls here, because what we first need to do is we've got to beat the egg whites and the yolks separately. And you'll need to clean your beaters in between them, because if any yolk gets in the white, it will not fluff up. Like whenever you're making meringue, it will not fluff up. So we're going to beat both of those things individually real quick. We're going to beat the egg yolks, and then we're going to add everything to the yolks. So you want the bigger bowl for your ingredients to have the yolks in it, and then your smaller bowl can have your whites in it. So let's go ahead and get those 2 things beaten. I'm going to put the white in here and put the yolk over here. And then let me get my beaters and we're going to beat them real quick. Okay, so I've got my beaters plugged up. They're in real good. And I'm going to go ahead and beat the whites first. And what you want to do is you want to tilt the bowl sideways just a little bit. There's my whites. And we're going to tilt the bowl just a little bit, because if you leave the bowl flat, then you're not going to have as much surface area to beat. So tilt it sideways and then put your beaters in, turn them on, and beat them until they're light and fluffy. Okay, she said beaten stiff. These aren't stiff yet. Okay guys, when they're beaten stiff, you know what you can do? That's when you know your meringue's good. You go whoop, and they stay in there. That's beaten stiff. Alright, now that I about got a new hairdo, we're going to wash these off real quick, and then we're going to do the yolks. That's something fun to do, is whenever you're making this recipe or making a meringue to go on top of a pie. Honey, come here. Let me put this over your head to see if it's done. It's only funny whenever it actually falls out. Alright, we got our yolks in here, so we're going to beat these real quick. And they are going to be just light.
My head.
Oh, do you want to see if my meringue is done?
Is it really the quick Dairy Queen flip?
Where it falls out the floor?
Sure.
Sure?
Sure.
He gonna be a good sport?
Yes. I'd duck down you. I almost cut my head off.
Hang on. I'm not gonna show the other side of my kitchen though. It's nasty.
Right.
We're gonna see. Is my meringue done? Ready? Oh, it's done!
I was really hoping it was, because it moved a little when she picked it up.
It didn't move that much.
No, I thought move some. I was willing to take one for the team though.
Well, thanks for being a good sport, honey.
Always.
Now, back to my yolks.
And your jokes.
And my jokes. I started to say that. Okay, that doesn't take as long to do the yolks. Get my beaters here. And this is just bubbly. It's just kind of light and airy. Okay, so now we're going to add the other ingredients except for the whites. Leave them back here. And we're going to do the 1 2/3 cup of corn, cooked corn. Now this is canned corn that we did. It's got a little water in it. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to put the corn in here. Okay, and then the salt and pepper, which I pre-measured in here. Just sprinkle that in there. The 1/4 cup of flour. And then we're going to mix this together. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn our pan on. Now my stove cooks well at medium high. And go ahead and pour the 6 tablespoons of oil in here. If you're worried about them being too greasy, you could probably use less. Or if you're doing like a double batch, you would want to either split it up or use a hair more if you need to. So keep some extra just in case. But the 6 tablespoons is good enough to coat the pan. See the bottom? Okay. Okay, so you see the corn here. It's all mixed up. And then now we have to fold in our whites. And I like to use a silicone spatula for this. And then we're going to take the whites, put them in. And then to fold just simply means to take the outer edge and fold it to the middle. And what we're trying not to do is to disturb the fluff a whole lot. You don't want to just, you know, take a spoon and just whip it in there. You still want to keep them light and fluffy. Keep them all the bubbles in there. You don't want to disturb the bubbles. I've never made my fritters like this. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and scrape my spatula off here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this 1/4 cup here and use it to dip into the hot oil. Alright, I think our oil is starting to get wavy and it's ready. Alright, so let's take a big old scoop. You don't want to put too much in there at a time because it will cool your oil down, and you want to keep it cooking, because if it sits there when it's not ready, then it's just going to absorb the oil. So you can see that it's sizzling around the edges here. It's just getting to temp. So I'm going to get me a spatula. We're going to let these cook. Let's see if it says it on here. Nope. It just says drop by spoonfuls in hot oil, which I dropped by a 1/4 cup full. And then we're just going to let them fry on one side and then the other. I hope this is right, Miss Judy. I'll turn this up just a hair until it gets a little bit hotter, and then I'll turn it down. These cook super fast. I'm going to go ahead and get out, I'm going to turn that back down. I'm going to go ahead and get out a plate and put a cookie cooling rack on it. These cook fast. Let's see what happens when we do them a little smaller. Because she did say by the spoonful. They sure don't take long to cook. That's crazy. This is what I was talking about. If you happen to cook several of them, you may need just a tad bit more oil to get through there. And halfway through cooking this, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Honey,
What?
want to come try them?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I will too. But I don't know what it is.
Corn fritters.
Oh, those look good.
Nope, just that.
They look really good. Am I gonna try one? Because I'll get them.
Don't say nothing. Take the whole thing. Come get it. You gotta get in the screen. Hurry up and screen.
Well, you're on the stove.
Is there corn in it? Because that's all I taste.
They're corn fritters.
Oh.
Yeah, there's corn in it. Is there corn in it?
Well,
Because that's all I taste.
He hit that one on the head, didn't he? Pow! Corn fritters. He's got corn.
Okay.
Tastes
They're
good.
good. But I don't want any more.
Daddy will take another bite.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so that is the recipe that Miss Judy Finnegan sent me for her corn fritters.
Yay.
I really appreciate it. It is really good. We're having them tonight for supper because I can't record this on Saturday morning. It's pre-recorded. You just got to see it on Saturday morning for the subscriber Saturday. I've got to cook mackerel patties real quick, and we're going to have mackerel patties and corn fritters tonight for supper. And let me know below if you guys have ever done it this way. I've never beaten the egg whites like that. I've always just put the egg and the flour together. So that is really unique. And you can tell a difference. You tell they're fluffy. I mean, they were like cooking a cloud in the oil. As soon as it hit the oil, it just kind of fluffed up. And it kept that texture even after you cooked them and you're eating them. It's still real spongy.
Yeah.
And really different. It's really different. But we like them. And thank you again, Miss Judy. Y'all go out and try these. And let her know in the comments below. Also, if you liked it, if you're going to try it. And we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
I'm hungry.
Right here.
I'm almost done.
Corn fritters.
What are you making for supper?
Mackerel patties.
Do I like those?
Mm-hmm.
He never remembers what he likes and what he don't like.
That's true.
Right.
All right. You're cutting your own head off.
No, she's
you
cutting
won't
my
get in
head
the
off.
screen.
She asked me to come in here. I should have known. I should have went back here.
Uh-huh. You stand up here in the front, you're going to cut your own head off.
My forehead.
I don't know. Love?
Yes. My love.
Okay, we got to turn this a little bit because I don't want to see the junky side of my
I'm
kitchen.
trying to stay in the middle like this.
You ain't wide enough to cover up that junk.
I don't know. I'm pretty wide.
It's clean on this side. That's why I record on this side.